In today's tutorial, we will be learning about Git. So let us get started. If we talk in layman language, we can say that it is a software that is used to connect from repository to local machine. Suppose you are making any change on local machine and you want to put it on repository. And as we all know that repository is some storage place where many people can access that repository at a time. So it is accessible for many people at a time. For example, developer develops a code in a team and puts the code in the repository that is called GitHub repository. And on the same repository, other person from same team puts the code. So it is a common repository that is accessed by many developers or many people in different team, not only developers, team may be different. So it is basically used to connect whatever I'm doing at my machine. I can push it on the repository using Git. So Git is basically a tool, or we can say that it is a software that can take the code from the repository and that can push the code from local machine to repository. Means all the way it is the communication is possible. We can push the code from repository to local machine and from local machine to repository. Just to make it more clear that we can say that repository is available online and everyone can access that repository and it is free of cost and many people can access it at a time. So that is the advantage of GitHub repository and GitHub. And it with the help of an practical example. Practical example will help us to understand it in a better way. So the first thing we need to understand Git is first of all we will need to install it on our local system. So let us see how we will do it. Just we need to open google.com and my operating system is Windows operating system. So I am going to google.com and I am typing in Google text box download Git for Windows. Since the demonstration is on Windows machine, so I am typing download Git for Windows. So after you type it, you will get link git download git scm. So click on this link, then you will get download option where there will be option on to download on Mac OS machine, Windows, Linux, Unix. So you have to select Windows. So when you click on the second link, you will get option to download for Windows. Now, when you will click for Windows, you will get the option to download for 32-bit Git for Windows setup, 64-bit Git for Windows setup. Since my machine is 64-bit, I am selecting 64-bit Git for Windows setup. And after clicking on this link, exe file is downloaded at the bottom of the browser, which can be seen here. So now, when we open this link, we will get this icon and this software on our local machine. We need to install it. We will click on next machine. So now after Git is installed on our local system, we will get Git bash terminal, which we can see here. And after installing Git, first thing we need to do is to check the version of Git that is installed on our system. So for that we need to use the command git version and you will get the version uploaded on your system, git version of the uploaded on your system. About git commands, type git help config, you will get the various commands for Git. And all these commands will appear in browser. And now let us make one directory using command mkdir make directory. Let us see how we do it. It will create one test1 file, and now we will create one txt file, that is notepad file. For that I will right click on it and click on new, rich new text document, and now we will name it. Now we have named it as demo.txt, test demo.txt. Now I am writing something in it like hello demo, or we can write anything here. Hello user, we can write, and I will click on save. So our notepad is ready, test demo.txt, and now it is inside the folder test1 we created using command make directory mkdir, which we just saw in the command terminal. Now let us see the next step. Txt is ready. Now we will go to our command terminal again, and now I will check git status, git init. Now it is this, it is local folder here. That local repository is created on the local machine, has been created on our local machine. Now, but we have created test1 folder, right? So we need to go to test1 folder first. So for that I have typed cd test1. Now I am in test1 folder. Now I am checking git status. Now I am doing git init. That means .git folder is there inside this test1 folder, and now it is connected to local git on our local machine. But let us see our next command. That what is git status on test1 folder. So you can see here it is saying that test demo.txt.txt. Oh, I named it as test demo.txt. It has added .txt extension. Anyways, show the option that one file. Okay, anyways, I will paste it when control B is not working. Okay. So I have pasted this test demo.txt.txt in the git, local git repository, you can say, or you can say local git on our local system. So this folder has been added to our local git. Now I am committing it to local git using the same command git commit / I'm adding my first file named testdemo.txt. It is just a comment that can be added in this command. So you can see here that now one file has been updated. So this is how git works on local system. Now this file we have added testdemo.txt, it can be pushed to GitHub, which is available online, which can be accessed by many people, and we can push that data from GitHub to our local system as well. So this is how we use Git. In the next tutorial I will be using GitHub, then that will make it more clear how data moves from local system to GitHub repository which is available online, and how data is fetched from GitHub repository which is available online to local system.